everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome back to another Yoga with Maddie session. I'm trying out this Friday evening class and seeing how the timing works for people. I've been doing mostly Sunday morning-ish or late morning classes. It depends on, I guess, where you are. If you're on the West Coast, I suppose it is early morning on Sundays, and on the East Coast, it's late morning. So just playing around with the timings and seeing what works best. So if this timing seems to work out, I might make this something that's reoccurring on Friday evenings. So you can get yourself situated, get your yoga mat all ready, and make sure that you have enough space around you to move your arms, flap your wings, and move your legs, and so that you're not going to kick anything or anyone. And you notice in the background there's like this little plastic stuff and all this construction stuff, so just ignore that. I know the background isn't as pretty today, but it's just what it is. So just gonna adjust my camera. Cool. Also playing around with this angle, and I feel like this angle is better than the one that I've been using. So we'll see how that works too. And as always, I have my live audience of roommates. So if you see me ever looking that way, it's because there's actual live people here. So we'll be getting started with some breathing. So again, just making sure that you have your yoga mat all set out and you have space around you. And I've got some new music today. I was just talking with one of my roommates about how I've been using the same music every time because it just works, but I wanted to bring some variety as well. So I hope you enjoy the new music. So the technique that we're going to get started out with is called expansion breath. And it's called expansion breath because we're going to be opening up our lungs, expanding our arms. And this breathing technique in particular is really great during this time where there is a pandemic that affects our lungs. And this technique is meant to expand our lung capacity. So we'll be using the Ujjayi breathing technique. And if you don't know Ujjayi breath, it's pretty simple. You're just constricting the back of your throat, making the sound of the ocean. So it's the same as making a sigh, only with your mouth closed like this. Okay? And you're also using that same sound to breathe in. We're triggering a nerve in the back of our throat called the vagus nerve, and when that nerve is triggered, it sends a signal to our brain to calm down. So we'll be using our arms with this breathing technique. So we'll be breathing in using that Ujjayi breath for a count of 6. We'll be holding at the top for a count of 4, breathing out for a count of 6, and holding for a count of 2. Okay, I'll be counting, so don't worry if you lose track. We'll do about 8 of those. Sitting up nice and tall, you go ahead and close your eyes. Before we begin, just tune in to your body. Noticing how it's feeling this evening. Without judgment, just be aware of where your body is at. And also where your mind is at this evening. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Bring your arms out by your sides with your palms facing up. And with the Ujjayi breath, raising your arms, breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, breathe in, hold, breathe out, hold, breathe in, hold, breathe out, hold, continue on your own. Last one. And you can relax your breath. Relax your arms, hands in the lap. Breathing naturally. And in this space, let's set an intention for our practice. Something you'd like to bring in, or something you'd like to leave behind. Perhaps it's as simple as being kind to yourself, or as vast as sending out love and light to those who need it most in the world. Let's take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, bring your chest towards the floor. Breathing in as you start to rotate from the waist to the right, up and back. Breathing out to the left and down. Making circles in the waist, following your breath. And when you feel ready, switching directions, rotating to the left, up and back, to the right and down. And the next time your chest reaches towards the floor, you can stretch your arms out, reaching forward, getting a nice stretch in the spine. And slowly starting to walk your hands back up. Breathe in, reach your arms up. Exhale, interlace your fingers and open the palms up towards the sky. Nice and tall in the spine. And exhale, you can release your hands down. You can breathe in, open up your arms. And exhale, give yourself a nice hug. Breathe in, open up the arms. And exhale, give yourself a hug with the opposite arm on top. Let's do 2 more of those. Breathing in, open up. And exhale, hug. Breathing in, open. And exhale, hug. And release. Shake out the arms. Let's come on to our backs. We'll start with the left leg long and hug the right knee in towards the chest. Start to rotate out the ankle in one direction. And switch directions. Flexing and unflexing the foot and toes forward and back. And then we can grab onto the back of our leg underneath the knee. And as you breathe in, we're going to straighten the leg so the foot is facing the sky. And as we breathe out, bend the knee. Breathing in, straightening the leg. And exhale, bend the knee. Continue for a few more breaths. Starting to stretch out our hamstring and our calf. And the next time our leg is straight up in the sky, you can start to draw some circles, only moving from the knee joint. So drawing imaginary circles in the sky with your toe, while only trying to move from the knee. It might feel a little bit difficult, but this is really great for just being aware of the range of motion of your knee joint. So trying to keep the hips stable. And switching directions. If there's slight movement in the hip, that's okay. Just do your best. Good. We're going to have the leg long. And you're going to reach up to wherever you can reach. So maybe it's staying here, or maybe it's grabbing onto your calf, your ankle, or taking your peace fingers and hooking them onto your big toe. Finding a deeper stretch in the back of the right leg. And we're going to slowly open the leg up. So bringing the right foot over to the right. Opening up the inner thigh. You can take your left hand and press it gently down on your left hip, creating some stabilization. And just be aware of what's next to you. And keeping the leg where it is, you can release the hand, and we're going to make giant circles moving from the hip joint this time. Keeping the leg straight, drawing imaginary circles in the sky with the toe. So now we're playing with the range of motion of our hip joint. And you can switch directions. One more circle. And let the right leg relax down. Just take a moment to notice the difference in the two sides. And we'll hug the left knee in towards the chest and do the same process on the left leg. So first is ankle circles in one direction. And switch directions. And it's normal to hear some cracks and pops during this. Then we're going to flex the foot forward and back. Relax the foot and grab onto the back of the left leg underneath the left knee. And we're going to breathe in, lift the leg up, straightening it, and exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, bend. A few more on your own. Keep following your breath. Saying hello to your knee joints and your hamstring. And the next time our leg is straight, we'll do our knee circles. So circling out in one direction, drawing those imaginary circles with the left toe, keeping the left hip stable as much as possible. Ooh, my knee just popped. And you can switch directions. Good. Straightening the leg and then grabbing onto wherever you can. So staying here, or the calf, the ankle, or the big toe. Trying to get a nice stretch in the left leg. Take your right hand and place it on your right hip for some stabilization. We're going to gently start to drop the left leg to the left, opening up, trying to feel a stretch in the inner thigh. Release the hand and begin drawing those circles, this time from the hip joint. Nice big circles, keeping the leg as straight as possible. Noticing your range of motion in the left hip. Also, this is great for warming up the legs. And switch directions. One more circle. And let your left leg relax. Just notice both the legs, how they feel now. Stretch your arms up overhead. Get a nice full body stretch. Point your toes. And exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Start to roll up and down along the spine. Rolling all the way up onto all fours. If you want more stretch in your legs, you can take your left leg back, the toes flexed, and bounce it a little bit forward and back. Good. And do the other side. And come back, tabletop. Doing a few rounds of cat-cow. Breathing in, looking up, dropping the belly. And exhale, dropping the head, arching the back. Continue on your own. Good. Gently coming back to a flat back. We'll make our way into down dog. Curling the toes, lifting the hips. Walking out your dog a few times. Bending opposite knees. Eventually coming to stillness. And taking 3 deep breaths here. You can use Ujjayi if you'd like. Reminding yourself of the intention that you set at the beginning of our practice. Keeping that in the back of our mind. You can gaze towards your hands. Make your way to the top of your mat. Being out here in ragdoll pose. Swinging from side to side or forward and back. Slowly start to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Meet in our standing mountain pose. Shoulders are rolled up and back. I'll have to adjust this slightly. There we go. Let's come to the top of our mat for some sun salutations. Breathe in, reach the hands up to the sky. And exhale, fold down. Inhale, looking up with a flat back. Exhale, fold. Stepping the right leg back. Rising up into your lunge. Reaching up. You can stay in high or low lunge. So high lunge is with the knee up. Low lunge is with the knee down. Taking a few breaths here. Just settling in. Making sure your hips are square at the top of your mat. Breathing in, reaching up. And exhale, fold. Framing your foot. Step the knee back into plank. 2 breaths in plank. Beginning to engage the core, sucking the belly up and in. And exhale, release. Uncurling the toes, lifting up into a cobra. Couple breaths here. Opening up the chest, stretching out the belly. And exhale, release. Curl the toes, lift up into a downward dog. Breathe in, reach the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee and open up the hip. Making sure the shoulders stay in one line. Next, exhale, bring your knee in towards your chest. Step between the hands, rising up into your high or low lunge. Reaching up. Make sure to engage the back of your leg, pressing firmly back. Breathing in, reach. And exhale, fold. Frame the foot, stepping to the front of your mat. Breathing in, looking up, flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, swoop the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. Breathing in, reaching up. And exhale, fold. Breathe in, flat back. Exhale, fold. Stepping back with the left foot, rising up into your lunge. This time we'll sweep the right arm back, followed by the left arm, making a T shape with your arms, and slightly twisting, looking back towards the right fingertips. And if you'd like, you can take your right hand and place it on your back left thigh, reaching your left arm up. But if this is too hard to keep your balance, you can just stay with the T position. Slowly unwind. Breathing in, reaching up. And exhale, fold. Framing the foot, sit back into your plank. Lowering down. Coming up into Cobra, up dog. And down dog. Breathing in, lifting the left leg up. Exhale, bend the knee and open up the hip. Keeping the shoulders again in one line. The weight is evenly distributed through both the hands. Next, exhale, bring the knee in towards the chest. Step it between the hands. Rise on up into your lunge. Again, we'll sweep the left arm back, followed by the right. Making a T position with the arms. Gazing back towards the left fingers. You can either stay here, you can place your left hand on your back thigh and reach the right arm up. And gently unwind, breathing in, reaching up. And exhale, fold. Framing the foot, stepping to the top of your mat. Breathing in, looking up. And exhale, fold. Breathe in, scoop the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, swoop the arms up. Exhale. Inhale, look up with a flat back. Exhale, fold. Stepping the right leg back. Rising up into your lunge. So we'll start to hinge forward, reaching forward with the fingers, and then reach our arms back into kind of a variation of airplane pose. You can either stay here or you can come into full airplane pose. So you're going to keep the weight on your left foot and start to launch off with your right foot off of the mat. And balance here. If you're in airplane pose, we can take twisted half moon pose. So take your right fingertips and place them a few inches in front of your left foot and start to swoop the left arm up. If you ever lose your balance, don't worry, you can just come back to it and try again. Gently bring the left hand onto the mat. Keep the right leg straight behind you. Maybe bring one hand onto the calf, or maybe both hands onto the calf and try to balance. I forget what this pose is called, but it's a good one. And slowly putting the fingertips back on the floor, coming back into your lunge, stepping back into plank, lowering down, uncurling the toes, lifting up into cobra, and down. Couple breaths here. If you need a break, feel free to come into child's pose as well at any time. Let's breathe in, reach the right leg up, and exhale, knee in towards the chest, step between the hands, and rise up into your lunge. And start to tilt forward, bring the chest towards the thigh, reaching forward, and then swooping our arms back. This modified airplane pose. And if you'd like, you can start to come into full airplane pose, keeping the weight in the front foot and launching up. Left leg is straight behind you. Engage the core to help your balance. If you're here, we can do the twisted half moon pose, taking your left fingertips a few inches out in front of you and swooping the right arm up. Twist. Gently release the right fingertips back down to the mat. Left leg is still hovering above the ground, straight back. And if you'd like, you can play around with your balance and see if you can take one hand onto the ankle or calf, or maybe both hands. Noticing how the muscles in your foot and your ankle, your shin adjust to help your balance. And release your left foot down by your right foot. Take your peace fingers, put them onto your big toes, bend your elbows. Release your big toes, breathing in, looking up with a flat back. And exhale, fold. Breathing in, swooping the arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands heart. Breathing in, reaching up. And exhale, fold. Breathing in, looking up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Stepping the left leg back. Rising up into your lunge. Then we'll come out into warrior pose. So swooping warrior two. So swooping the left hand back, turning out the back left foot, and gazing off your right fingertips. straighten the right leg. Maybe you need to scoot your left foot in an inch or two. We're going to come to triangle pose. So reach the right arm forward, bring the right hand down, and swoop the left arm up to your triangle pose. And you can swoop the left hand down, framing the foot, stepping back into your plank, drawing down, uncurling the toes, lifting up, into cobra, up dog, and downward facing dog. Breathing in, lifting the left leg up. And exhale, bring your knee in towards the chest, step between your hands, your eyes up. Bring out the back, right toes, sweeping the arms out into warrior two. Arms out in a T, gazing off your left fingertips. Straighten the left leg, either keeping this distance or scooting the right toes in slightly. Reaching forward with the left hand, bring the left hand down, reaching the right arm up, coming into triangle. Try not to collapse into your left hand, keep some space in the left side body. And instead of coming back down, we're going to come back up with the hands out in a T. I'm just going to turn to face you. We're going to bring both our toes pointing slightly in. Interlace your fingers behind you. Open up the chest as you breathe in. And exhale, start to fold to the center, allowing gravity to gently lift your fists up the sky. Nice opening for the shoulders and the chest. You can release the hands onto the mat. Breathing in, looking up with a flat back. And exhale, fold a bit deeper, bending the elbows. Bring your head closer towards the floor. Maybe grabbing onto both of your ankles with your hands. Bring your hands back to center. Breathing in, looking up once again with a flat back. And exhale, hands to the hips. Breathing in slowly, coming back up. And exhale. Scoop the feet back together. Shake them out. If they need to be shaken out. Step back to the front of the mat. Maybe let's do a little stretch for the front of our legs slightly. So take your left foot in your hand. It's a quick little stretch. So we've done a lot of stretches for the back of our legs. If you want to be fancy, you can come in a dancer pose. So reaching the right arm up and kicking back with the left foot. Back to center. Do the other side. So grabbing the right foot. Either staying here, coming into dancer pose, lifting the left arm up, kicking back through the right foot. So we're pressing the right foot into the back hand, reaching forward with the left hand. And come back. Breathe in, reach up. And on your next exhale, just let out a sigh. And step back into our downward dog. Breathe in, lift the right leg up. And exhale, bring the knee in towards the chest, hovering here. Turning the leg so the right toes are pointing towards the left, dropping the leg down, setting up for pigeon pose, scooting the left foot back. And I like to start this out with putting my left hand on my foot and my right hand on my knee, just so I have some straightening of my spine first. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, start to fold forward as much as you can. So perhaps you're just staying up, or perhaps coming onto your forearms, or perhaps coming all the way forward. While you're stretching, I'm going to adjust my camera. Deep breath in. Let it go. Slowly start to walk the hands back up. You can bend your left knee. If you can, take your left hand and see if you can grab onto your foot. Another nice little stretch for the front of our leg. And you can let it release and back into your downward facing dog. Breathing in, lifting the left leg up. And exhale, bring the knee in towards the chest, hovering here. Turning the leg so the shin is parallel to the mat. Dropping it down. Scooching the right leg back. Okay, set up for pigeon pose. Locking the hands up so one hand is on the knee, one hand is on the foot. Getting the back nice and tall as you breathe in. As you breathe out, start to fold forward as much as you can. If you feel any resistance in the muscles, draw your breath into those spaces. Deep breath in and out. Start to walk the hands back up, bending your right knee, taking your right hand, grabbing onto the foot if you can. Let's come to our butts. And slowly come down onto our back. With our arms down by our sides, feet in towards our butts. Then press the spine into the mat. And then we're gonna lift our pelvis up, coming into bridge pose. Perhaps walking the shoulders underneath you and clasping the hands. Just increasing that openness in the chest. And widening of the collarbones. Slowly release. And windshield wiper the knees right to left. We're going to come up into one more bridge pose, or if you'd like, you feel comfortable, you can come up into wheel pose. So either coming up into bridge, or if you're coming up into wheel, you can place your hands behind your head and slowly start to lift up. And whenever you're ready, slowly coming down. Bringing the feet together, opening out the knees. Your reclined butterfly pose. Arms are at goal posts by your sides with the palms facing the ceiling. And take a few deep breaths here. Allowing the back to relax. And the chest to feel open, the stomach open. Slowly bringing the knees back together and hugging them in towards the chest. Making a few circles or side to side rolls. Massaging out the back and the hips. And then we'll keep the knees in center. Lay the arms out like a T. Dropping the knees over to the left, looking towards the right fingers. A nice supine twist. Trying to keep both shoulders grounded onto the floor. Bring the knees back to center and drop them over to the right, looking towards the left fingertips. back to center. We'll do a happy baby pose. So take the peace fingers, grab onto the inside of the big toes. Do any last movements or stretches that you need to, or perhaps just remain still. And you feel complete, releasing the legs. Come into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Arms resting down by the sides, palms facing the ceiling. Feet are splayed out. Gently close the eyes. Take a deep breath in and fill up the lungs. Hold it. And exhale. Relax the toes. Relax the feet. Relax the ankles. Relax the shins and calves. Relax the knees. Relax the thighs, the hips, and the glutes. Relax the stomach and the low back. Relax the chest and the upper back. Relax the shoulders, biceps and elbows, forearms, wrists, hands and fingers. Relax the neck, jaw and tongue. Cheeks and eyes. forehead, back, top, the head. Relax the whole body, whole body. Deep breath in and let it go. Gently begin to turn onto your right side. Pausing here to honor your intention and then let it go. Slowly start to push yourself up into a seated position. Meeting with the hands together in front of the chest. Just feeling the energy that you've cultivated in the past hour. And just know that you have so much powerful energy and light within you. Let yourself just feel that for a moment. We'll close with 3 ohms. Breathe in. Namaste. He's going back to sleep. Thank you so much for joining on this Friday evening. I hope you enjoyed the class. If you think that this is a good time, please comment below and say, hey, I liked this time, and maybe I'll make it a regular time. I kind of liked the time. I don't know what you guys think.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So chances are I'll do it again at this time. So people of the Facebook world, I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening and all that. Bye.